So I want to talk about how to win in sales when all the circumstances might be against you. How do you win and create your income? Now, how many of you here, by a show of hands, are actually in sales? Okay, now, how many of you here have children? Okay, and now how many of you here, if you didn't raise your hand, if you're not in sales, you don't have kids, how many of you have actually seen a child in the last 2 weeks, like in person? Maybe at Target? Okay, good. Now, newsflash, we're all in sales. Now, if you've got kids, you've got the hardest sales job of all, because we have to train our kids to be good citizens of society, or the drug dealers are going to sell them on drugs. So someone is always selling someone. I want to give you some tips here on how to really make some more money. So what we want to do, though, is want to position ourselves to win. Now, we call the same list every year because eventually everybody buys, just so you know that. They don't always buy when you need a commission, but eventually everybody buys. Here's the deal. I love the Bible. Now, if you don't believe in Jesus, you do have to respect that he's the best salesman that ever walked this earth because he sold more books than anybody else, the Bible. So what we want to do is I said, okay, Proverbs is all about wisdom. Proverbs is very convicting. In fact, my favorite proverb is 26:11, which states, "As a dog returns to its vomit, so is a fool who repeats his folly." Ooh. Kind of reminded me of I started a diet on Monday and then I accidentally went to Dunkin' Donuts on Tuesday. But see, Jesus is forgiving, so there's forgiveness there. You should never learn from anyone that won't go first. So let's say that we're going to go take off on our plane and we're going to go get our commission in Hawaii, okay? Here we're going to take off in South Carolina. We're going to take off on the plane, but guess what? If you don't prospect, you don't take off. But guess what? You know what, Tamara? I'm working on prospecting and working hard. Oh, but I can't manage my time. Crash and burn. Now, so here's the deal. But you know what, Tamara? I'm prospecting and manage my time. Oh, but I can't close. Crash and burn. The deal is you have to be great at everything today. You can't just wing it anymore. And this is what I want you to walk away with, something you can actually implement right away. You know, I'm curious, if I were to give you a referral and you called my friend 3 times and she didn't call back, what do you train your sales staff to say in the 4th voicemail? There's a difference between obtaining a referral and obtaining referral business, right? So I'm going to give you the secret, which is how to get, it's a 100% guaranteed callback rate. Would that be valuable? Many times in real estate, someone will say, oh, you just closed their home. Oh, who do you know that's looking to buy a home? Simple, right? A vertical referral would be, who do you know that's looking to buy a second home? It presupposes the person they're going to refer already has money. How disciplined are you to do the activity to build your business? The thing here is that we have to have discipline because all fruit comes from discipline. But what I find is that people want to learn all these new techniques, all this stuff, but yet they're not willing to develop a new habit to be able to do it. So what we want to do is we want to put you in alignment. And success, in my opinion, is when what you think, speak, and do are all in alignment, so you're moving in the direction you actually want to go. Because you can't manage what you don't measure, you'll start to notice that you're actually making more money. And that's why people tend to like me a lot, is I make them a lot of money to actually grow and build. I believe that all of us have a diamond inside of us. Okay, and diamonds are formed in darkness over pressure, right, over time. So I believe we all have a diamond inside of us. And now, whether or not, you know, we have circumstances that are difficult, like waves that are toppling over us, or sometimes we can swim over those waves, nothing is ever going to wash away your diamond. Number 1 is obtain vertical referrals. Number 2 is you have to position yourself to get invited in. It's rude to invite yourself to anyone's house, and it's also rude to force yourself and your product on somebody. It's better to position yourself to get invited in. It's just classier. Okay? Now I'm in the meeting and I'm trying to get them to pick me for their keynote presentation, right? So I go to the guy in the room, the one that I have to follow up with. They're all in their suits and everything. And I said, well, you know, there's an awkward silence. It's just awful. And I go, well, Ryan, how'd you meet your wife? So he burst out laughing. He goes, I met her at Food Lion. Tells the whole story. Everyone laughs. So I have to follow up with Ryan. So I go to call Ryan. I go, hey, Ryan. Now, I could have said, well, you know, hey, Ryan, it's Tamara. I'm just calling to see if you're going to pick me. It'll be really good, I promise. But instead I said, hey Ryan, I'm at Food Lion, but I don't see any hot men. Which one did you meet your wife at? Right? So you have to do number 3, which is you have to get personal. Okay? So in all of these things, it's really critical for you to be able to win. So we have to start asking better quality questions. Anything that you want is really possible.